Hello and welcome back. Now, this is just an update video, quick update video for you. There is a few issues that have come about since the patch, but I'll go into those in a moment. Right, what I'm going to do is just pause it a second so I can scroll through what the changes are. They've done fixes to loading screens. My loading screen seemed to take about 15 minutes this time, so I don't know where that is. Some server performance issues. NPCs should be less jittery when rotating. Fixing for connecting to servers via the Steam server browser. Buildings should now load in much faster. Again, mine took a little while, so I don't know. Placeables placed on foundations and ceiling tiles are now saved correctly. I never had that issue. Several improvements to how rocks behave when they are harvested. Okay, then there's the general bug fixes and improvements. So small placeables no longer claim land. NPC camps now have their own land claim zone to prevent people from building too close, so they stop despawning. They stop the spawning the NPCs. Right, you should no longer get phantom duplicates in the Wheel of Pain. I've only just got the Wheel of Pain, so I don't know people having issues with that. Obviously they were. Tier 2 altars should no longer disappear after server crash. I'd like to see the items not disappearing. That would be a nice thing. Surrender should no longer break early when using fists. Okay. Not that I've done the surrender yet anyway. Never surrender. Yes, removed invisible collision. That was blocking a certain chest in the world. I haven't seen that. Arrows no longer shoot in crazy random directions. Ranged weapons should now always fire correctly. I couldn't fire it anyway, so that doesn't make no difference to me whatsoever. Rhinos should no longer try to walk through players. Again, I haven't got too close to a rhino yet, so there you go. Palisades now correctly deal damage on contact, and they should now be easier to place. I haven't placed any of those yet because you do need to learn it, and that's another level, which I do have a sore point with. Fixed a case where players were able to destroy rocks with their fists. They did put, sorry, but this privilege is only reserved for Conan himself, and rightly so. Fixed an issue where interactable objects would spam press E to interact on the GUI. I didn't see that. Added a directional arrow to many placeables to help players orient them correctly. The offering of Mitra recipe now correctly requires 1 human heart and 1 unblemished meat. Okay. Fixed an issue with stair placement detection. Gongs and horns are now audible over a greater distance. And added new emotes that can be learnt by tracking down story NPCs and getting them to teach you. It sounds interesting. Okay, some skill requirements have been simplified or removed. For example, it is now possible to learn Journeyman Craftsman as soon as you hit level 10. Okay, well, I can show you that because we have done that. Okay, there we go. I've done the learn recipes. I did do the learn recipes. Yeah. Okay. Right, they're all the recipes that I know. I'm going to get to this in a second. So I've learnt everything that I did learn apart from the bow and the candles, the chandelier thing. Because I was just going to just do the iron broadsword, but you know, we'll have a look at that in a second. Right, okay. But they did sort of, all the points were back, but they haven't really simplified a great deal. They haven't made the these blocks and things sort of as a one sort of level. You still have to learn them individually, you know, so it doesn't actually give you more points or anything like that to actually learn more. I've still learned the same amount of things that I'd learnt before. Like I say, I haven't done that and I haven't done that, so that would have cost me 3, I believe. Yes, that would have cost me the 3 that I do have left, which I'm considering doing the iron broadsword because I can do that now. So yeah, still a sore point with me. Okay. I've lost where I was on the thing. Ansel now respects collision, preventing people from moving through walls and other structures. Non-admins are restricted to 2 meters of movement when using Ansel. I don't even know what that is. Right, okay. Balance pass on bows. Simple bow range has been increased. I can't even say that word. Bow range has been dramatically increased. Crossbow range has been reduced, but they now shoot much faster. Okay. Okay. We have done an overhaul on what monsters can damage with which tier of buildings. If you haven't upgraded from sandstone, you might want to think about doing it. If we had enough points, we probably would. Okay? There's the thing. Right. Because I would have to respec to learn half of the other stuff. I would keep that still, and I would keep the blacksmith still. But I'm just going to have to keep respecing when I want to learn a certain thing. So, anyway. Increased XP across the board with great increases for crafting more complex, higher tier items. So that's a good thing, get a little bit more XP. Inverted roof, wood wedge and stone brick frame now require journeyman craftsman instead of master craftsman. Black rocks in the starting desert are now harvestable. Higher grade tools now yield greater amounts of secondary resources, not just the first bit of the resource. Resetting your knowledge points no longer causes you to lose your selected religion. I hadn't done that yet, so I hadn't actually come across that issue. Remove corruption sources from the starting cave areas. That's a good thing. Remove the region component from purified meat. This perk is reserved to Mitra's ambrosia and healing potions. I haven't seen that in Mitra's ambrosia and the healing potions. Okay, anyway. You'd think that the meat and the purified meat and things like that, they were the Yogg, they were the cannibal gods, so not the Mitra one, but I don't know. Player corpses can only be harvested for religious purposes once every 30 minutes. A balance pass on the amount of material required for basic chemistry potions. Armour drops removed from chests. And E must now give less XP. Visual improvements. Okay, the dogs of the desert finally got their uniform shipment and are now donning their new outfits. I haven't seen those yet. Visual adjustments to the medium tacit to reduce clipping issues. Visual adjustments to the choker to reduce clipping issues. Updated cutlass and falcata icons. Visual flair added to several hairstyles. Visual improvements to the female heads. Okay, they are working on some known issues that are in the game, which are not the disappearing issues in single player. And probably multiplayer, because like I say, I'm not playing the multiplayer, I am playing the single player. Looting several bags. Loot all causes items to disappear. Dropping multiple items into a bag causes items to be invisible. Dismantling crafting stations with items in them sometimes will not drop a loot bag. Other times a small loot bag will drop, which grows in size once the players interact with it. I've never dismantled the things anyway, so I don't know about that either. I'm just reading what's on the patch notes for people that are having issues with this. So please don't shoot the messenger, I'm just saying. Right, okay. They're saying that they'll work on getting the above known issues fixed tomorrow. But they're also investigating an issue where water skins cannot be filled at a nearby river. Water skins may still be filled from a well. Have issues with that. Because this is why I left the well thing up. I have the problem with the water. I cannot drink from the river and I cannot fill my water skin up. Okay, which I will show you right now. Okay, so I'm thirsty. I should be able to drink from the river. It let me do it once and then it stopped. So I'm pressing the E button. It gave me the energy, but it's not giving me the water. And I'm right in the water. So I'm pressing 8 to fill my water skin. No. It's not doing that either. Okay, but the water skin is okay. It can still be filled from the well. Unfortunately, you cannot learn the well until you are level 25, and it costs 6 points. Okay, I'm level 17. I think I'll die of thirst long before I get to level 25. So, yeah, that is going to be a big issue. I have read on the Steam forums that some people are saying that you can fill your water skins at certain rivers or certain lakes and things like that, so we'll have to look into that. We'll have to have a little run around and see whether or not that is a feasible option. If not, then I probably will have to use the admin panel to stop myself dying every however long it takes for me to lose my thirst, which I don't want to do. I do not want to do that in the Let's Play, so I'm hoping that there is a quick fix for that. Okay, and they're saying we are aware of an issue where foundations and placeables do not have visible preview when in single player local mode. Dedicated multiplayer servers do not experience this issue, so there's something for single player. Yay! Okay, we are also aware of the existence of issues with explosive jars and jump boosting. We'll work to get these fixed this week. Okay, so that is the update. I know a lot of people are not going to be overly happy with that, because there are quite a few bugs, there are quite a few issues that have come about with the actual patch. I think it's caused a few more problems than it's actually solved. But unfortunately, you know, we have to wait. We have to wait till the patches come out. They do have a test branch out, and you can download that to test it before it gets rolled out to the public. If you right click on your Conan Exiles, wow, Conan Exiles folder in the Steam, you can actually opt into the beta testing. So there's something if you want to see what they're bringing in or what they're fixing and things like that, if you are actually interested in that. But like I say, please don't shoot the messenger. This is just me telling you what's happened in the update and telling you, yes, there are issues with the water skin, there are issues with drinking the water as well, but we're going to go and have a look at that in a moment. We're going to go across to the little lake over there and see whether or not that will let me drink or fill up my water skin, but we will see. Alright guys, well thank you very much. Like I say, this was just a little update video for you. And hopefully they will fix things pretty soon. Right, thank you again for watching. Bye for now.